And tonight we're taking a closer look at some of the 117 complaints filed against the Fort Myers Police Department over the last year and a half. Thanks for joining us. I'm Patrick Nolan.
And I'm Jane Monreal. Tonight we have a list of those complaints, the discipline and the decisions made by FMPD and the Citizens Review Board to hold officers accountable. Fox 4's Rochelle Alleyne explains.
What we're seeking for is truth, transparency, and justice.
For Fort Myers City Councilman Johnny Streets Jr., the motto is simple when it comes to oversight within the Fort Myers Police Department.
We still heard 85 cases in 2020 and so far have been presented 32 cases in 2021.
This comes after last night's data released from the Citizens Review Board. Their job is to look over citizen complaints against the department and make sure officers are being held accountable when needed. Streets Jr. is an acting liaison between the 15-year-old board and the city.
We're looking for that relationship between police and community, and you have to do those things, and you're not trying to hide anything.
Fox 4 got a copy of that data. It details public complaints dating back to January of 2020. Of the 84 complaints in 2020, the most common was harassment. It was mentioned 49 times in the report, but each time it was determined that the officer's behavior either didn't violate FMPD policy or the claims were found to be unsubstantiated. So far in 2021, there have been 8 of those complaints. Other common complaints are linked to misuse of recording devices, poor conduct toward the public, or performance duty. And in cases like those, more often than not, officers receive additional training or counseling, though there have been several instances where officers were removed from duty or suspended from the job.
But what I really look at is the same officer. And then where is this taking place at? Whether it's downtown, whether it's in a predominantly black community, or where is this taking place?
Fox 4 took a look at that too. While there were a few repeat names on the list, one officer's name came up 6 times throughout the course of 2020 for harassment, poor conduct with the public, and more. While most of those complaints didn't really go anywhere, the board did ask that he receive additional training to better communicate with civilians. That officer's name has come up 3 times so far in 2021 in regard to bias. And in March, the board noted that FMPD launched an administrative investigation. So far, there's no word on the result of that investigation. Councilman Street says he hopes the diligence of the board shows the community that they are working to investigate all claims.
You will get a fair shake, you will get a fair hearing, and if not, that's why you have counsel people, and that's why you have attorneys to make sure that you are heard and justice is done. Not just us, but justice is done.
And Councilman Streets Jr. also tells me that it looks like the board is pretty close to obtaining subpoena powers that would allow them to call witnesses to testify during their investigations. In Lee County, Rochelle Alleyne, Fox 4.
Fort Myers Police Department, not the only department that has a review board. We did some checking. You might even remember last summer Fox 4 took a deeper dive into what these boards are and how many of our local law enforcement agencies actually have them and listen to them. We learned that in addition to Fort Myers Police Department, Punta Gorda Police Department, Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Office, and Naples Police Department all have some form of an advisory board like this. The one in Naples has been around for 20 years. Cape Coral Police used to have a review board. That was from 2012 to 2014, but the former chief, Dave Newland, told Fox 4 last year that it was disbanded, quote, due to lack of action. Marco Island Police and Charlotte County Sheriff's Office do not have review boards. When it comes to the Lee County Sheriff's Office, which is the largest agency in our area, we haven't even received a response to our request to find out if it's got one.